This is Joy News at 8 with me, Kemini Nyamani Amano. Now, Parliament was once again forced to suspend sitting as a result of the inability of the House to raise the required number to form a quorum.
Member of Parliament for Echimamponia, Isaac Kwame Siama, evoked Order 48 of the Standing Orders of Parliament and called for the adjournment of sitting. Member of Parliament for Takwa Nsuaim in the Western Region, Mrs. Gifty Eugenia Kusi, seconded the motion. The First Deputy Speaker, Do Ajaho, called for the adjournment of proceedings 10 minutes after Order 48 was evoked as required by the Standing Orders. Only 39 members reported to the chambers today. Meanwhile, Parliamentary Press Corps Coordinator Nana Yao Asare Mensah died after a short illness at 6:45 p.m. Tuesday at the Mercy Clinic at Matahiku, Accra. He was reported to have died of cholera, though there are suspicions of negligence on the part of the clinic staff of the Mercy Clinic where he died. The Press Corps Coordinator was 44 years old. May his soul rest in peace.
That's sad. But the coalition of non-governmental organizations at its annual health forum has condemned industrial strike actions and called on stakeholders to prevent such actions, which sometimes lead to loss of lives. The call comes on the heel of recent and ongoing strike actions by consultants and government hospital pharmacists, respectively.
Some health professionals in pressing home their demands embark on strike. Recent instances have been consultants of the Okomfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital and government hospital pharmacists who within a year have been on strike for 3 times. The strike actions have affected many in the country, drawing the attention of civil society and the coalition of non-governmental organizations in health.
The coalition noted with pain the recent public strike by a section of medical consultants at Okomfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital and pharmacists in Ghana, which allegedly led to the loss of precious lives, whereby this platform, appealing to all stakeholders, such as the Labour Commission, the TUC, the Fair Wages Commission, and especially the government, to be more proactive to prevent needless losses to the nation.
At the 4th Annual Health Forum of Civil Societies, the UNFPA Deputy Representative Dania Gale, recognizing efforts by civil societies in achieving improved health outcomes, called for strong partnership between civil societies and state actors towards the achievement of the MDGs on health, which Ghana is still far from reaching.
For civil society organizations in health, please claim and own your place as a key participant in the national health policy discussions and the design of national strategies. Intensify your leadership and your commitment to excellence as healthcare providers. Please become the watchdogs to ensure that government fulfills their commitment to health.
The director of the Institute of Local Government Studies, Dr. Esther Ofer Abuaje, in a presentation, identified a number of challenges facing efforts in improving healthcare delivery in the country.
A lot of NGOs and CSOs have very weak internal structures. There's high turnover of staff. The dilemma of foreign funding and the resulting inconsistency in our advocacy efforts. You send your proposal, and the money you get is too little for too short a period to effect change.
She therefore urged for a more collaborative effort by government and civil societies in improving healthcare delivery in Ghana. About 300 clients in the health sector from the 10 regions of Ghana are participating in the 2-day program.
So time was when the typical Kayayo head porter was of northern extraction and carried a pan with which she carted goods from one end of Accra's busy markets to the other. The head porter in recent times will carry a pan all right, but in addition own a mobile phone on which she would have stored the contacts of her clients so she can provide service as and when they are required. Well, Jojo Kobna has discovered a new trend in the industry. Well, you could call it that, the educated head porter. Apparently, 1 in 3 of the head porters registered in Accra have been to JHS and are more sophisticated than you ever thought.
The headquarters, or Kaye, who carry the shopping and other loads generated within Accra Central Business District and satellite markets, will typically struggle to communicate with you in one of the local dialects, unless you're fluent in one of the northern tongues. The headquarters' job was the preserve of illiterates, but the dynamics are changing and changing fast. An increasing number of them, such as 20-year-old Fatima Idrisu, come to the markets with some education. The mother of a 2-year-old, she dropped out of school at JHS 3. What happened?
Lack of parental care.
How?
Because I'm with my grandmom. She's not having. So, by the way, unfortunately, I'm pregnant and I'm dropped out of school. I come to look for some money for going back to school. School is the better thing I can do in my future. So, I realized that I should come here and work for money and go back to school.
She takes a pen to show me she can write as well. Though she hopes to go back to school and become a nurse, combining school, work, taking care of her daughter and getting funds remain a headache.
You can carry something, it will be heavy. You said that you are looking for money, so you are struggling to get money. Whatever you want your future to be good for you. Sometimes you can carry a heavy load, which end up with small money. Sometimes you carry a small load and have a big money. I am struggling that I should go back to school now, but still the money is not enough for me to go.
She is not alone. Quite a large number of girls parading at headquarters were once in school until they dropped out for various reasons. 18-year-old Rahi Adam is another.
Because of my father is not there.
Where's your father?
He has died. I was in pieces and I stopped school.
Talk to me.
I don't have money to go to school, but I'm looking for money to go to school.
The president of the Ghana Headquarters Association, Mohammed Ilyasu, says out of 8,000 registered porters, 2,500 porters have had some education.
And I'm getting information that, I dropped out of school because my father cannot pay my school fees. I dropped out because or maybe I lost my parents and something like that. I wanted a lot of information from them. We did a survey here, and even they were asking, why is it that we are asking all these questions? Are we coming to help them? If we are ready, they are ready. So when we call some of them, they are ready. They even thought we are calling them to help them to go back to the school. The one they came, the issue was different. That's why that the group say, okay, if they continue working and maybe the little money they will be giving them, it will help them to go back to school. So that's why we have agreed on.
The enlightenment of the Kaye should ideally offer some comfort to the president of the association, but Mohammed is rather worried.
Because of still, the poverty still increase at the north side. You see, so the more the number of Kaye increase, then the drop out to increase.
Arresting the Kaye phenomenon is an issue that is bound to come up in the campaigns for the 2012 elections. So I engaged some of these enlightened headquarters as a way of also assessing their level of enlightenment as far as what they'll be looking out for in the presidential candidates are concerned.
If education is free, I'll go back to school.
The one who can take care of students who drop out from school, who can help us go back to school, or who can look through the school and the one that I can vote for. I think the one that I can vote for.
At this rate, I can imagine the uneducated head porter feeling the rug being pulled from under their feet for their lack of schooling, offering parents another reference point when advising their wards who feel like playing the truant once in a while. You even need some education to survive as a head porter. And who knows, having already bought into the mobile phone craze, your next head porter could be using a tablet.
I guess little bookkeeping knowledge isn't such a bad idea, but more importantly, these girls need to get back to school. At least they're not breaking. And let's get to someone who has been breaking the law today. We gather an attempt to mount a gigantic billboard at the Tetekwashi interchange grinded to a halt this morning when a member of Accra Metropolitan Assembly Task Force and the Executive Director of Advertisers Association of Ghana, Francis Dazi, led a task force to halt the erection of the billboard. The move, according to them, does not meet the approved standard.
When our news team got to the scene, this machine was pouring back the excavated sand into the dark holes. The 4 holes dug for the erection were each 4 feet and are 20 yards apart, which clearly shows that the billboard will certainly be huge. Francis Dazi is Executive Director of Advertising Association of Ghana.
Basically, there are standards that inform that depending on the travel way, there are certain standard sizes that should go on a highway. And even the standard even determines how the distance from the road, you understand, to the reservation, how far you should go and how big the sign, depending on the road. If it's a 50-kilometer road or a 30-kilometer road, there are certain standards that cannot be there. It is black and white in the standards. Do you understand? So by the standards, we have determined, and the standards were developed by the Ghana Highway Authority, the Urban Roads, the AMA, the AAG, Consumers Association, and the Standards Board as a guide because of what was going on. We need to move forward. We need to develop our industry, but we must do it according to world best practices. That is the fact of the matter. So you can go and get your permit, whatever it is, but because of the existence of the task force, we are there to monitor and ensure that it conforms to the standard. How you got a permit, I don't have a problem. But my fact of the matter is that we must vouch and see whether the sign that you want to put here conforms to the standards, period.
After a heavy downpour in May this year, which resulted in bringing down many billboards in Accra, the then Vice President John Mahama, now the President, advised that a task force comprising the National Road Safety Commission, Ghana Highways Authority, Advertisers Association of Ghana, and the Accra Metropolitan Assembly be set up to check the standards of billboards in the metropolis. We will bring you more on who sets the standards or otherwise and the quality for mounting billboards. Stay with us for more.